Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Immigration Real Talk. I'm Anthony Ray with Ray Law International, and welcome to another time for you to talk about immigration. So, good evening to all those in the Americas, both North, Central, and South America. Feel free to say hello. Let me know how you guys are doing today. Here in the States, we are looking to head into our Memorial Day weekend. Good morning to all of those ahead of us in Asia and Europe. Hopefully Friday is an awesome day. We'll be there in just a few minutes. 皆さん、おはようございます。弁護士のアンソニーデイです。よろしくお願いいたします。And, guys, I always want to just stress that, we do this chat for you guys. We do this podcast for you guys so that you can ask your questions. And even though I do have some things we're going to talk about today, we really want to hear from you. First, we want to hear where you're from. Let us know. Give us a shout out. Let us know, what country you're from, maybe what state. And then, what's on your mind? Maybe what have you heard? We're going to be talking about several things. Couple things from the news, but a couple exciting things for both employers and other foreign nationals. So we have some really fun stuff coming up today. So one of the highlights of immigration is our successes, and we want to hear just not your problems or challenges, but also your wins. And today we had an awesome win for one of our clients. Actually, a couple of our clients, and these people have been waiting for a long time. Processing at the USCIS is so slow, it's ridiculous. And just to get those approval notices for their non-immigrant work visas, one was an H-1B, the other was in an E-visa. But, these people have waited so long because there's such a backlog. It's just good to get those approval notices because, that gives people, a breather, just to say, hey, I can focus on my work. I can focus on my family for a couple years while my status has been extended. Now, remember, these people have to go through this every 2 or 3 years. So it's not one and done. It'd be nice, but under our temporary work visas, often they're short. And 2 or 3 years is actually a good period of time in immigration, whereas we've seen some that are even shorter than that. We'll talk about one of those today under the H-2B category. Cinnamon rolls every day. How you doing? Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Feel free to tell everyone we're doing great. Hopefully, how are you doing? Let us know, cinnamon rolls. If there's immigration things that come to mind, maybe you just wanted to know about something and, you just heard, maybe you heard of like a Q visa or A visa. Did you guys know that there's a visa category, everything from the letter A all the way down to TS, probably U? U is probably where it stops. So all those letters, each of them has a visa category. And we'll talk about those on our YouTube channel. We've gone through pretty much every non-immigrant visa category out there. But it's also good to just really kind of generally talk about it casually, like you're talking about over a cup of tea or coffee at a coffee shop. So, there's a lot out there. A lot of people are unaware how wide, how expansive the immigration laws are. So one of the things I wanted to touch on as we get started and wait for people to join us is I'm going to put this on the screen. Let me see if I can do this. There we go. There's this article, not the shopping, I'm just pulling this from the internet. You guys can check it out. But this order from ICE was ordered to suspend immigration enforcement on families affected by the Uvalde, but it's the Robb School. I think I said Ross Elementary School last time. It's actually Robb Elementary School that was affected by the shooting. And I kind of wanted people's opinions on what they thought. Should law enforcement, in this case, immigration, should they hold off on enforcing immigration matters with against these people because of the crisis that just happened. Humanity, compassion, I would say so. Maybe there's a few people out there that say, hey, regardless of what happened, you're here illegally. I should pursue or continue to do that. So they may try to continue to do that. But right now, the current administration is really looking at its enforcement priority. Now, if one of these parents or family members has a criminal background, then obviously we want to take some of those bad actors off the streets or get them into the system to see if things can be taken care of in a legal way, but not be a danger to the public safety. I would agree with that. But if they don't have any criminal background, they're not a threat to our society. I'm thinking, they should really just not enforce it at this time. You know, Up here where we're at, we had the Oxford High School shooting, which was just before this. It was awful. We're still dealing with that up here in our state, in the state of Michigan, where one of our offices is located. But, it's just really sad. And oftentimes you kind of want to move to another country where they don't have this problem. I mean, you want to send your kids to school and you think it's safe. When I send my kids to school, I don't think that, they're going to lose their lives or that's going to be the last time that I see them. So what do you guys think out there? Anybody? Let me know your thoughts of, should ICE continue to remove these people, arrest these people in the midst of this tragedy that's happening in Texas? Let me know. All right, let's see. I have a few things that I would like to share with you guys today. And if you have questions, go ahead and put them in there. The first thing we're going to talk about suing the USCIS. We have a couple of videos about this, but sometimes it's necessary for us to take action to, go ahead and find out, sue the US. So that's sue the USCIS, not just the United States. This is a legal action against, as it says here, the USCIS and the NARA. And let me put that up there. We've got some acronyms that we're going to kind of break down today. So the National Archives and Records Administration, if you're not aware, what they do is they collect all the archives and records. Maybe you do know this from some of the political things that are going on. But what they do is they take all your immigration files and records and they ship them off to some mountain and store them away for whatever period of time the government deems necessary. Now, what happened in this case, which is very interesting, is in 2020, right when the pandemic's, happening, the USCIS took all these active files. Remember, these are not old completed applications. These are files that have been sent away and put into storage, and now people can't get their A files. Now, if you're not familiar, the A file is your file, everything about your history. For example, if you had an F1 non-immigrant visa, then you got married, there's your green card, and now you want to apply for naturalization, your file may have been placed in storage already, and they've got to pull that out. They want to review everything to make sure that your complete immigration record, which is your A file, is in order. So in this lawsuit, the USCIS sent all these documents, or several individuals' documents back in 2020 to the NARA. And of course, what are we doing? These people are upset. It's 2022 and their naturalization applications are still not approved yet. Generally, what we see in the business is about 12 months on average, okay? Some shorter, some faster, longer, but about 12 months is what you can expect. These people have been waiting over 2 years. So it's about time that they filed suit to get the USCIS to pull those records out, make that a priority, and get these people naturalized so that they can move on, whether that's getting a U.S. passport. In this case, in the lawsuit, they note that they want to vote in the upcoming elections in November and possibly in the primaries. So they want to get that going. So let's see. All right, Cinnamon Roll, I see your question. We're going to get to that really soon. Let me finish up with this first. What they're suing under, and often what we sue under, and you'll see this with many actions against the government, either the government's doing what they're not doing what they're supposed to do, or they shouldn't be doing what they're doing. So the APA, or the Administrative Procedure Act, is what many people use. In this case, we have a class almost. I don't know if they're certified as a class, but we've got a large group of people who are similarly situated. And actually, there's some information. I didn't put it on here, but if you are in this situation, if you have a naturalization application that's pending for more than 2 years and the USCIS is not moving on your case, you need to reach out to the American Immigration Council. And they're going to add you to this lawsuit here on the screen, and you're going to get a benefit from that. And it probably isn't, you don't have to pay an attorney thousands and thousands of dollars, which we normally charge because it takes that much work and time. You're going to be able to join this group or this class and be able to benefit from that. So if you know of someone, or if you are in this situation, reach out to the American Immigration Council or shoot us an email. We'll put you in touch with them so that you can get, naturalized. It's your benefit. So just a few things on this. Under this, when they file under the APA, the court case they always cite is this court case up there, Telecoms Ranch and Associations Center. I put up there, they use track to abbreviate it. And I'm not going to go through all the requirements. This isn't law school. If you want to get into all the minutia of the legal side of things, of course, go to law school. Maybe there's other YouTube videos out there that really dive deep into this issue. But here are the 6 factors or requirements that these individuals are going to need to prove in order to get the government to do what they should have done a year ago. Or, there's no reason that they can't pull this or make that a priority. Now we're in 2022. I've got at least 2 or 3 people lined up for June who are getting naturalized under a year. These people have been waiting 2 years. Not really fair. So, hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully USCIS will go ahead and act so that they can pull those files, get these people naturalized, and go ahead and let these people move on with their lives. This is what we have to deal with in immigration. A government that is not ran, a government agency, that's not ran efficiently, and these delays impacts our lives, other petitions and applications that we can file for family members. All right, we're going to go to a question from one of our viewers. Again, if you guys have questions, put it in the chat. That's why we're here, okay? I love talking about immigration. I love talking about all these topics, but, maybe you're not interested in, the lawsuits going against the USCIS and NARA, or maybe, maybe there's other things. So going to our questions, here it says, Cinnamon Rolls, I've been homeschooling my daughter since January. She graduated in 7th grade. I would love to leave America and be where there are friendly people with good food culture and tropical climate. Wouldn't we all? I would, up here, we don't get enough sunshine. And I would love to be in an area like that. It would be great to do that. And a lot of people, just searching the web or YouTube, you'll see a lot of people, making other countries, other locations their homes. So go for it. There's many opportunities out there for people. Go ahead and do that. Let's see. Continuing, Cinnamon Roll says, I don't understand why, as a new possible business owner, I have to start hiring process here if I have the resources to send for foreign helpers. Yeah, one of the things, starting a business, getting people in the U.S. is challenging. People think it's easy. It's really not. There's not a lot of options for employers, and you have to go through the procedures, kind of like what we're going to talk about next, which is the H-2B. and they just added 35,000. You're thinking, oh, 35,000 new visas, more people can come in, but it's really not that much. Remember, again, we're adding on 300, 400,000. Unemployment is at its lowest ever. You know, everyone's working who wants to work. And if you know, and we need more people in. So yeah, I feel your pain out there of finding foreign workers. I mean, some people, depending on your business, you could, hire people remotely. A lot of people are hiring people outside the US, even though they can't come in yet. And then you initially hire them and then work on the immigration process to bring them in, depending on your business. Now, for homeschooling, or for example, schools or Montessori's or restaurants or, construction, golf courses, you can't really do that. It's really challenging. So that kind of brings us to our next topic that I wanted to touch on, because I only got 30 minutes, folks. So we got to make the best use of our time. And on this one, what we're going to talk about is the H-2B and the current administration increasing the numbers of the H-1Bs. So, if they can increase the number of H-1Bs, H-1Bs, that'd be great. Increase it by 200,000. We have the capacity for that. So from May 18th, employers can apply for the additional 35,000 H-2B visas made available. Now, if you're not aware, probably in the spring or earlier this year, the administration said, hey, we need more H-2B visas, and we're going to give you 35,000. And that's what became effective from May 18th. Now, this information is a little late because the start date has already started. So, how is that broken down? So it's not just free. It's not a free for all. It really is 23,500 for those returning on H-1B, or maybe they had a H-2B visa stamp, or they were in H-2B status for fiscal year for a certain period of time. We're going to talk about that in a second on the next slide. The remainder, the 11,500, are for those individuals from El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Haiti. So it's not even 35,000 for everyone. It's for a select. It's really separated out. And it comes to find out there's no guarantee you're even going to get the 23,000 if there is high demand. If there's a high demand, they're going to throw everyone into a lottery. And if you get selected, then you get to your H-2B. So let's break this down a little bit more. Workers who have already been issued H-2B visa stamps, great. People who have already been in the United States in H-2B status, but not just forever. It's only for those in fiscal year 2019, 2020, and 2021. So if you are in that category, or if you had workers in those categories, then yes, that 23,500 is good for you. Those from El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras, or Haiti, you don't have that limitation. You guys already have the 11,500 set aside, and you're golden. We have a really good, strong relationship with those 4 countries, and it works out. So that's one of the things that is really news and everything out there. Hold on just a moment. There's a question: are you hiring? Our firm, actually, we do have. We're looking for someone, but we're looking for someone who is bilingual in one of our offices, in our Michigan office. It's out there. If you search, you can check in. Indeed, it's out there. So we are looking for someone to work part-time, mainly someone probably local who can work in the office in the Japanese community. So if you speak Japanese, or if you're a native Japanese person, go ahead, send a resume in. We'll take a look at it and consider if it's a good fit for what we're looking for. So, but from time to time, I think everyone's hiring, right? I mean, literally, I was looking at we got another, and there's a lot of people out there. So a lot of, college age students who are graduating. I was just at a networking event at the Detroit Athletic Club, right next to Tiger Stadium and the Lions Stadium. And, they're looking for a ton of people to help with their business. There is such a strong need for people to work here. I, we need workers. And I wish our government would hear that and see that we could really grow and just explode in as a society from the economic sense and just take off because their demand's there. The business is there. We're very innovative. There's commerce and transactions going all over the place. It's a great place and a great time to be working in the US and looking. So, but it's not just our firm that's looking. There's other law firms out there that are looking for immigration law firms that are looking for bilingual support staff, Spanish, French, all kinds of languages out there that you can help out, jump in and support. And this problem isn't going to go away anytime soon. So, yeah, out there. So check out Indeed for Ray Law International. You can check out that. We do hire from time to time, but there's also a lot of other firms out there that are looking for really great rock stars who really want to work hard and grow the business and work in a great team. We have a great team. Next month, once a month, we do a live stream. And you just really want to, we have our staff out there. You can meet Lauren and Saki and other people on our team who just are awesome people to work with. They're going to take great care of you. And, our clients love us. I'm not just saying that, they really do. Check out some of the reviews and the way we really do take care of our clients. So any other questions out there? Come on. Thank you for joining us. I think it's Cream Cup. Thank you for joining us. Feel free to share this with others. One of the other things, I know we got a few minutes, about 8 minutes left, but we're trying to reach 5,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. We've got content that we release every week, sometimes twice a week. And there's just really, we got a lot of great videos coming out. Some are very educational. Some are more recent or current of the things that we're talking about now to keep you guys up to date and let you know. So check that out. We want to hit 5,000 by the end of May. There's not a lot of time left, guys. Help us out. Share the channel. Encourage people to really get connected and to really, really understand immigration in the U.S. It's not a bad thing. And immigration is such a small, small piece of our larger or greater, economy, and unfortunately, it just seems to be a political football every 2 years that our politicians use in order to get elected, or they just avoid it so they don't, get unelected if they're in power. So we hope that the politicians and our government elected officials will take up the stand both for what's happening in Texas and immigration and do things that really help our culture. We talked about this a few days ago. We're spending $8 billion trying to send people back and do immigration enforcement. It's not cheap. Why don't we save that money? We talk about, hey, let's do, let's do $5 billion and make it feasible for a lot of these people to stay in their home countries and everything. And there was another question up here. I'm going to put this on the screen because it's interesting. Simon Rose asked, sorry about that, guys. So is the visa waiver program legit? Is the processing long? So yeah, the visa waiver, it's late, long day, guys. The visa waiver program is legit. It works for those countries that meet the requirements, and people who do violate that are caught at the border. CBP is excellent. They do a great job. We're not here to bash CBP or the other agencies. We just want them to be fair, run efficiently, and really, really protect us from, the bad guys, stopping the drugs and, stopping the bad people from coming in, not kicking out old ladies that, is just trying to feed her family or just trying to get by, right? The U.S. is big enough to even take those people in and help them out. We're really blessed here in the U.S. So the visa waiver program is legit. Many people use it. The majority of people use it properly. There's always bad actors in every segment of the law or aspect of business. And unfortunately, the news and other people highlights just those negative things, where it could be less than, 1% or even fewer than that. For example, the H-2B, they always highlight the negative side of the H-2Bs, and those people who violate the H-2Bs, end up being, less than 1% of those. The majority of people do what they're supposed to. Yeah. So if we can work on our society things, societal things, instead of our politicians just focused on getting reelected or, tailoring to people who have money, which us immigration attorneys don't, obviously, because even though we're part of the American Immigration Lawyers Association, which is great, but sometimes we're able to influence change, but we haven't gotten the immigration reform that we need. We don't have the immigration reform that businesses need to take us into the future. There's just so many things that could change and move forward. So yeah, there's a lot of, let's pull that one back and let me go back and bring it back there. But yeah, there is so much happening every week in immigration. You guys can't believe it. We get updates all the time, and we can't share them all in this 30-minute segment. But, if there's a topic that you want to talk about or discuss, this is the place to be. Join us. We are working on getting my other staff on board to help us out. And as we add new people on and new staff on, we're going to have them get involved and share their experience, their story to kind of, we're everyday people, just like you guys. We have different struggles, whether it's people starting their own business and can't find employees, or whether they're going to school, or whether they fear going back to their home country. Maybe their country is a war zone now, like Ukraine, and no one expected that. Hopefully that gets resolved and, things change over there. But there's so many positive things going on, and we're going to continue to highlight those as we meet together, share, and answer some of your questions, guys. So everyone, cinnamon rolls, have a great night. Enjoy your evening. Join us again the next time. There'll be a notification. Make sure you click subscribe on our YouTube channel so you're automatically notified of when we're coming out with our next live stream. We're going to try to do this as regular as we can. Everyone, you guys have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend if you're here in the States. And if you're not, enjoy your weekend as well. Again, my name is Anthony Ray. Make sure you subscribe, share our podcasts and our chats and live streams with others so that they can benefit and be informed as we move forward. So thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. You guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll be talking to you soon. Matane.